Board games, board games, it's what I'm talking about. Board games, board games, I'm not gonna shout it. I am starting off this morning with a little bit of singing, and today I might design something that comes out of my mind. Maybe it'll be with Tiz, if Tiz is coming to join me on this show. We will have to find out as we go. Anyway, it's board games design, it's what I'm doing today. Board game designing, making something I can play. Hello and good morning, good afternoon, good whatever it is, wherever you are. I hope you're generally well. And this is episode 385. Oh my gosh, I really need to get on top of organizing episode 400. It's only 2 weeks away. It really creeps up on you. So yes, Busy Beats and Board Game Blether. That is what it's all about. I'm clearly not going to shout. Today I am doing some sort of game making. I am maybe going to be pondering something. Yeah, thinking about a thing. Trying to make something worth playing, something worth the time, something worth potentially mass producing, or at least, yeah, what does worthwhile even mean? I guess you can find worthiness in the act of creation itself. You can find worthiness in all sorts of things. And oh my gosh, let me actually sort out the banner. But hello, Matthew Dunstan. Thank you so much for reading. And hello to Matthew himself and to Nicholas and Xenofuel. It is lovely to see all of you. So thank you, Matthew Dunstan, for the raid. I want you to know it's appreciated. Maybe it's breakfast or bedtime. Either way, it's a meeting of minds. Today I might be on my own. I guess that you might throw me a bone, but me and the chat, we might collaborate, and today we might create something. I don't know what we will create. We will see what happens. But as always, we've got all the regular sections. So yes, thank you everyone for joining me. It is such a delight. Thank you, Matthew Dunstan. I'm sorry I wasn't able to make it to your stream this morning, but I hope you had a lovely chat. How was your stream? What were the highlights of your stream? And hello, J Foolsguard. Like, talking about your stream, and feel free to talk all about it. Let's talk about recent highlights, living life and seeing the sights, recent highlights, playing games and other delights, recent highlights. Yes, so what are some of the recent highlights? Oh, thank you, J Foolsguard. For me, I'm trying to, oh, wow. Tuesdays, I do a lot of streaming. I started off streaming with Tim Burrell's Awards. That was a great chat. We talked about technology and where's my notebook to remind myself what we talked about? We talked about technology and the nature of games and the nature of making sure that the game is worthwhile to the player and subverting expectations and when that's okay and when it's not. And yeah, Tim reminded me that I was going to play Undertale, which I got on a thing. And then Playful Shenanigans. I played a game, Tranquility, with the publisher, Peter Hazelwood. Tranquility, you put... you've essentially got a one-dimensional row of 36 cards. You've got cards that go 1 to 80. You're putting cards down on this imaginary line. And yeah, each turn, place a card. If it's next to something, you need to discard cards equal to the difference. And if you manage to fill up the grid and play the start and finish cards, then you win. And that is... I really enjoyed it. I think I would definitely like to play it again with someone, and I think I would be interested to not only just beat it for the achievement points, but also then maybe try it with the expansions. And it was interesting. And of course, we played a fact and a half with myself, Nicole, Alex was there, and Joanne was there, and Scott from Canada. Then we told all sorts of stories about ourselves. So Matthew was having some fun chat really about negative reviews. Oh my gosh, that's wow, that's an interesting topic. Is it kind of the nature of how at the start you get really annoyed by negative reviews and then later on you're okay, I'm not so bothered anymore. Tabletop mentoring program. Yes, I just got my mentees. I think I got an email late last night and I need to get in touch. And open world RPGs. Oh, I don't have much of an opinion on them. I'm not so big fan on them. And Javel's Guard has been printing the very first prototype of a new design. Oh, is going to be printing the very first prototype of a new design in a minute. That sounds very exciting. Wow, but negative reviews. True story. I can't remember. So pretty much someone was saying, oh, I hate games that force people to be silly, and this game is the worst of that garbage. I'm sure you can. Well, it's actually quite difficult to guess, given that Yogi Guru, In a Bind Junior, and In a Bind expansions, it could apply to any of them. But yeah, that was. I honestly can't remember which one it was for. It was either In a Bind or Yogi. Anyway, I think it was In a Bind, but I can't remember. Anyway, the point is I was having that chat with Charlie and Alan Paul on the drive from Essen to England. Let's say Essen to the ferry. But yeah, we were I kind of mentioned this, and Charlie said, you know what? If someone considers this style of game to be garbage, then the fact that they say it's the worst of this garbage shows that you're epitomizing the nature of that thing most of all. And so even though it might be the greatest of like maximum garbage to them, that means it's going to be maximum ridiculousness and maximum fun to someone else. Inspired by a tweet by someone on Twitter saying they don't trust 99% of negative game reviews. Seriously? What? Wow. That is wow, that just boggles my mind. What do you wow. Wow, sorry. I am yes, I think actually I might know the tweet. Let me look at something. I'm actually going to see if I can. I'm not going to name. Is it still there? Okay, yes. Okay, yes, okay, you are simplifying slightly for the sake of the discussion. I can see the tweets now. It says, when I see negative game reviews, I bet 99% of the time those people played it once. And if once is the answer, it's not a review that carries weight with me. I mean, there's two questions there. There's firstly, like, wow, honestly, yeah, there is a lot to unpack there. I guess the first question is, yeah, how many times have people played games based on, like, can you assume something from the fact that it was a negative game review? And secondly, how many times does someone have to play a game before it carrying weight with someone? I will say that I've had 3 of my games reviewed by someone who had played them 0 times, which hurt quite a lot. When I say hurts quite a lot, I mean it emotionally. And then I shared it to my thing, and some people said, wow, this person just doesn't understand it. The review in question was for Wibble++. When the reviewer had played Wibble, they claimed that certain things weren't addressed by the rules, which were actually addressed by the rules. but admittedly the rules are on 2 cards, so I guess they hadn't read both the cards, and then they hadn't played Grabble, Phrasal, or Fable at all, but then spent a few paragraphs talking about badly developed party games. And I felt quite insulted by that. I know that Grabble is a very simplistic game, but I am immensely proud of the end game condition of that. I honestly... And the fact that a reviewer would, talk about it, a game that takes literally 2 minutes to play without playing it once, that is a problem to my mind. Yeah. So, anyway, there is, But let's talk more about highlights. Firstly, Xenofuel says, I would put a grossly negative review like that on the box, saying this is the worst of that garbage. Yeah, I can see that. And hello to me, it is lovely to see you. But yeah, anyway, what other highlights? I did cycle over to the hospital, visited someone. They seem to be okay, fingers crossed. Might go and visit them today. And hello, Designer Cardboard. Oh, I see you've got a wee picture of yourself. And Timmy says, dang, yeah, I'm not looking forward to reviewers. Thank you for the family-friendly language. And yeah, that says, and thank you, Matthew, for lurking. Yeah, I guess you've already had this discussion on your channel, Matthew, so I should probably go back and watch that if I'm going to. Yeah, I don't want to rehash this topic, but as I believe that you can give an opinion on something if you've played it not at all. I believe that as a publisher, you have to give an opinion on a game. If you've played it 0 times, you've got to decide this is not a game for us. You've got to reject a game. But let me actually put up a banner. Yeah, I believe that... So there's 2 questions here, and actually, let me ask these questions. How many times should a game be played for a review to be valid? That is... So this is the nature, like, what is a review? And if someone is clear and upfront, hey, I've played this 0 times, or I have reviewed parts of a game having played it 0 times. I've talked about the instructions for a game. I've talked about how I was infuriated by the instructions for a particular game. I talked about the game that for about 20 minutes but that was based on, I tried to go through that journey. I tried to go through the journey of the instructions teaching me the game. I think that there's the ideal that you play this game loads of times with loads of different groups, and then you play it observe other people's opinion, and then you come to some observation and you say, okay, this is a game that's terrible for me, but these types of people do definitely enjoy it. But that's a lot to ask for an unpaid reviewer. And I'm going to say that, yeah, at a point that you've played, 1,000 games, I think that if you've played similar games, I am able to say, hey, this part of this game is potentially problematic. I can look at the rules. I have played, if I include every single different rule set that I've played, I don't know how many games I've played. Like, by designing a game, you get to learn, oh, if you change this rule, then this changes. Oh, and I think that this has the benefit of definitely gaining a deeper understanding. I do believe that each angle that you approach games in gives you a better appreciation of them. And if you are able to communicate those ideas, I mean, obviously, reviewing, there's the additional complexity of communication. It's not just understanding, but it's also communication. But yes, for sure, if I'm trying to look around for, like, if I read the rules of Matthew Dunstan's adventure games, and didn't ever play it, but I looked through it, I could give you a vague idea. Okay, this is what the game's about. This is my impressions. You know, people kind of do unboxings, and what are you don't watch unboxings if you just, people don't tend to do unboxings where they just open things. But it's kind of a sense of, hey, you see visually what's in the box, but also you get the person's commentary. I think that is a big part of why people do unboxings. And that is kind of like the zero of play. And for sure, there are parts of a game that can be talked about. But yeah, what was the thing? It doesn't carry a weight. Yeah, I would agree that the more you've played a game, but it's not just about how much you've played it, it's also about how much you've pondered it. Have I read through the rules and really pondered, okay, who would actually benefit from this? I could play a game 100 times, but do so in a very thoughtless way. It's kind of like playtesting, frankly. I mean, you can playtest a game 100 times, and if you don't know what you're looking for, if you don't know what you're actually trying to do, if you're not actually being honest with yourself, if you're not really thinking about what you're doing, then one playtest, one actual analytical playtest is more meaningful to my mind. I believe that one meaningful playtest is more beneficial than 100 mindless playtests. And I'm not I might be slightly exaggerating for the sake of impact, but I do believe that basically there is a big multiplication factor. Timmy says, I'm not sure in the context of a board game, I don't know enough about them, but I think it might depend on complexity. Yeah, I can see that. And definitely, if you want to talk about a game being broken, or, hey, this strategy is clearly best, don't talk about that kind of stuff unless you've actually either done a real mathematical analysis or played it a great number of times. Designer Cardboard says at least twice, which I think is a reasonable ask. Xenofuel says, I think it's a combination of complexity and level of validity. Cards Against Humanity can get a good idea of it after one play. Twilight's Imperium 4 might need a bunch more than once to get a full idea, but playing once will still be a valid review. Also, Cards Against Humanity, after many plays, you might change your review to be, it's the same thing over and over again, when your first one could be, this is the funniest thing ever. And yeah, that's a thing. There's always a level of assumption in reviewing, in playtesting. In reviewing, it's not just me saying, a review, to my mind, isn't me just saying, I played this is what I enjoyed, I don't know why, that was just the closest game to me. It's not just saying, I don't know why I'm picking up random boxes. Let me at least advertise my own game. It's not just, where's Kitty Cataclysm? It's not just saying, I played this, here's what I enjoyed, here's what I didn't enjoy. A review is also kind of saying, here's some things that might resonate with you, here's some things that might not resonate with you. If I say, oh, I played Kitty Cataclysm and my friend spilt a drink on me, and we spent, my friend sat down for half an hour laughing at all the true story. I was with someone and they spent about 15 minutes ordering all the cards and they were seeing it for the first time. But you have to, there's some curation in the review. There's some curation in the analysis of the playtest. You can't just absorb every single piece of information. You have to be mindful. You have to be mindful what is going on that matters. What are the things that make this game stand apart from something else? What is this game? What makes game X stand apart from game Y? Is game Z doing something that we've never seen before? And there is some elements of being aware of what's gone on. There is some also, how do you review things? Because, yeah, for sure, there's also the case of, are you reviewing what this game is like after 100 plays? If that, yes, sure, in that case, reviewing after one play is completely terrible. But if you could review all sorts of other things, you could review the accessibility of the game, you could review the rules, you could review the clarity of it, you could review the novelty of it, you could review, I mean, environmental impact would take a lot of work to actually do a solid review of, but none of these things, I mean, and ultimately, when people are watching a review, what do they actually want? And then there's the other question, which is, if you see a negative review, what assumptions do you make of that review? Like, that is my other question. Yeah, so what assumptions do you make of a negative review? Like, do you, and should they be obliged to play it more than once? I don't, it depends on the length, it depends on all sorts of things. And yeah, I'm just I don't know how many times do people tend to play games more after a positive review than a negative one? I would say probably, but at the same time, there's so many reviews that are rushed out, and I think that is the key problem. The fact that people need these reviews for Kickstarters, the fact that people want reviews of the latest, greatest games, and people are reviewing My City having played halfway through the campaign, and is that okay? Well, as long as you're clear and upfront about it, at least the people can couch that in some sort of opinion. Yeah. Anyway, there's a lot to unpack there. I don't think I want to keep. So if anyone else has got any recent highlights, feel free to do so. Otherwise, questionably quick questions. Where are you? What time is it? Here I am near Finsbury Park, London, UK, and it is 10:23 a.m. Where are you? What time is it? I hope you are well. And if you have any other questionably quick questions you would like to ask of me, then feel free to ask. And whilst you're thinking of your questionably quick questions, let me talk about a brilliant thing. Brilliant thing. What's a little thing which is brilliant? Communication and clarity. Those are brilliant things. I think that communication, empathy, understanding, really listening, really hearing what someone has to say, but sometimes appreciating that not everything that someone means to say is actually said, but understanding that not everything that someone says necessarily has to be considered. Understanding how different people communicate. Some people are quite verbose. Some people are quite sparse. Some people say things without really thinking about them. Some people might be a bit more analytical, a bit more precise. And yeah, communication, understanding, and kind of that sort of empathy. That is my brilliant thing for today. I think that that is a brilliant thing. Okay, so now Xenofuel, going back a few minutes, says, I really don't think there's a one-size-fits-all solution here. It's not like a movie review. I mean, I don't think there's a one-size-fits-all solution for a movie review either. But honestly, I look at a Let's Play video for a game I'm interested in to get a feel of it. That makes sense. And yeah, but I would argue that just like a movie review, you can have all sorts of different. You can have really insightful critical reviews that put that film in the context of everything surrounding it. You can have quick, a quick paragraph where, hey, this is my summary, my briefest summary of what kind of film this is for the sake of, do you want to watch this movie or not? There's like Jay does the 3-minute board games. I've done like 2-3 hour rambles of things, and I think that all of them are coming with the same aim, and I think that would still apply whether it's a movie review or board game review. To me, as usual, is in Nova Scotia, 6:23 a.m., 11 centigrade. Designer cardboard, 9:23 p.m. New Zealand, and waiting for the blood moon. Oh, is the moon meant to actually turn red? Wow, I've heard of such things. I've never actually seen it in reality. Timmy has been doing more Unreal Engine Unreal Engine 5 info coming in 5 hours. Sure. That can be a highlight for you. So I guess that's the new engine for all the video game peeps. And I hope it's going well, Designer Cardboard. And yeah. Hey, new video game people. So, yes, in the absence of any question, and a lunar eclipse today in about an hour and a half-ish. Wow, that sounds very awesome. And I hope you have a wonderful time staring at that. Okay, so whilst I am going to change my topic, let's see. So I think I'm going to do a quick recap of Dinosaurs Love Spicy Pies, and then I'll probably ponder other games if Tiz isn't here. And yeah, let me do. There we go. Okay. And might also make this quite a short episode if in the absence of this. So, quick pondering. Dinosaurs Love Spicy Pies. Had loads of ideas for getting new things. Had loads of ideas for getting new pies. Wanting to keep the sheets of paper the same all the way through. Was trying to think of new ways to get rid of those to get rid of the die rolls, because as you get more cards, if we say that you go through the dinosaurs 2 times, which seemed to be reasonable for game number 2, then the problem becomes, do you get too many cards? Do you get too many options? And if you go through the cards fewer than 2 times, then does it really feel fulfilling? At which point, I guess there's one argument of maybe removing some of the cards. That could actually be a thing. It just occurred to me just a minute ago. Let me actually, dinosaurs. There we go. Let me open my Google documents and share it. And I do apologize. So I am just 2 weeks ago, I made a wee document and I was like, okay, here are all my things. Yep, with more dinosaurs. And also someone mentioned a deck of ingredients, which is a really cool idea. Like instead of just the dice, maybe you've got this deck of ingredients that adds things. And some dino cards are removed. Oh, I already had that. Some dino. Yeah. So event deck bad cards. Squares on side, ingredients we don't pick. Oh yes. And oh yeah, last time that was designer cardboard's idea. But maybe it means that this time you get fewer dice, or this time you get and yeah, maximum 1 dice this turn, 1 die, maximum 2 dice. That's the thing. I don't want to keep giving people more. Maybe yeah, reducers. This, I think that's a really strong idea, but I think that's in a good state, and I'm not willing. I'm going to leave that until I'm together with Tiz again. So you know what? If anyone has any questions, or we might make this a just chatting episode, or I might start doing a random playtest of the game that I'm working on myself with these cards. I think, so what do you prefer the idea of? Doing a quick playtest of my game, which other people can potentially join in with, or doing some sorts of, yeah, let's do that. Timmy says board games using some type of augmented reality would be cool in the future. I kind of agree. It would be cool, but I do find that for me, holding the physical object, I do like the physicality. I do like kind of feeling the cards and being, you know, I do like physicality of board games very much. So I do have a little bit of pushback. I know that for myself, like Tabletop Simulator, Tabletopia, which have tried to go towards that space, for me, it just becomes difficult and, yeah, like annoying and frustrating. That's my personal viewpoint. Let me stop my screen. Let me start up a window with file, open recent, and I am going to delete everything here. Okay. Let me share a screen, and I am going to share a roll and write game that the idea here is that you can play with starting just a blank sheet of paper. And Nicholas mentions detective. I guess you also have Chronicles of Crime, but that's very different. That's kind of, you've got a brief interruption and then you're looking around and then you come back to the physical game. So you've still got that, but yeah, I can see some level of customization. There was that game that was all about Hot Wheels and customization. And AR doesn't need to get rid of the physicality at all, but maybe add some things that would be difficult to make, like animated monsters. Oh, that's augmented reality. Oh, okay, sorry, okay, yes, augmented reality. I do apologize. I was thinking of virtual reality. Thank you for putting me right. Yes, I get it. Yep, ignore what I said. I was completely mixing up augmented and virtual. Anyway, so let me talk about this thing that I've got. My idea here is, let's try and make a roll and write game that one player can have some cards for, and everyone else just starts with a blank sheet of paper. This is how one of the games works. When I was thinking, hey, what if you're trying to make lines? Yeah, making lines wasn't the most fun thing. And yeah, this is another version where it was making little circles of two different things. So you had to have AB, AB, or B's and C's, but they had to be diagonally opposite. They had to be in certain configurations. So the way I am currently playing this game, I am how can I? And where's the penny? Is that the pen button? There we go. Okay, so if you've got CA, if you've got C's and A's, I do apologize for my terrible writing, but it's on the trackpad. This gives you 1 point. If you've got C's and B's, let's see, B, C, C, A. That also gives you 1 point. And if you can use things in more than one space, so if I had a C and an A here, then I can circle them for another 1 point. Yeah, and let me actually make this a wee bit thinner. But if you've got A's and B's, so if you had B, A, B here, so you see how I've got A, B, B, A in one circle, then you circle that, and that gives you 2 points. The only problem is that every C that you've left untended at the end of the game gives you some sort of negative. I'm not sure if it should just be every unused C. I'm thinking that maybe... I was thinking maybe something like they need to... But that's the first thing that came to my head. And I just thought that I would give it a go and see how it plays. So that is my vague concept. And if this is mildly interesting, which it may be, it may not be, then I would sort of add some sort of theme to it. Lots of sorts ofs in that last sentence. I would add a theme to it. A sort of theme. A setting. A vague veneer of a theme. Yeah. So, and yes, I agree, cards do definitely make nice sounds. Let me make myself bigger. So if anyone wants to play along, all you need is a bit of paper or digital paper and the ability to write and make marks upon it. So firstly, just look at the black things, A, B, C. There is no choice. You just write A, B, C in that order. You are allowed to flip. You are allowed to rotate as you wish, but it has to be a corner and B has to be in the middle. We're going to go through the cards twice, because that seems enough to tell me whether it works or not. C, A, B. Okay, so now I'm wondering, C, A, B. If I say that every C is -1, then I really want to use the C's once, and I want to use the AB as many times as possible. So I will do this. But making the AB, that gives me 2 points. So that's 2 points there. And thank you, Stream Elements, for reminding me to have a wee jiggle and wriggle. Okay, on 2 points. B, C, A. C in the middle and... Sorry, just a sec. I'm going to reduce this. Okay. B, C, A. So I could do BCA, going BCA, and then I could get the BC for another point, but then I would be messing that up. I could do I'll go with that. Actually, no. I know I slightly cheated, but B, C, A. There we go. Next card. A, B, C. Okay, so I can do the... With B in the middle, I could get another 2 points here. I could also get a BC to get essentially I'm getting 2 points. If I score, I just realized, if I score the C's, that means that the C's are actually worth even more, because I'm getting rid of the C's, which is plus 2 points effectively, plus the 1 point for that. So actually getting rid of the C's is what I want to do. So let me actually do A, B, C. And that gives me another point. So I'm currently on 3 points. And now BAC. Oh, that's not perfect at all. BAC. BA. And then I could have a C up there. I could go B, A, C for a couple of points. So I'm on 5. And ACB. I'm going to do a wee tally there. Get rid of that C if I can. A, C, B. Let's do that, which gives me another 1 point, but avoids a couple of negatives. I mean, I've realized something about the game the first time I'm playing it, which is a mildly good sign. I'm still not sure that there's any sense of, surprise or excitement or drama, which is a bad sign, but yeah, ACB. We're going the second time through the deck. Oh, I could do ACB like that. And I scored that, which gives me 1 more point. Phew. Okay, I get BAC. B. I'm realizing that this game is pushing me very much towards just making sure. I think that the focus here is very much on getting rid of the C's. And hello, Keys. It is lovely to see you. I hope you're generally well. I'm just trying a brand new game, which may or may not be good. I have no idea. And yeah, is it not super early? What time is it? And yeah, I hope you're generally well, Keys, and thank you for joining. ABC. ABC. So I am trying to use all these C's. So this C's been used. All these C's have been used, which is nice. Which means that maybe I start thinking about A, B, C. There we go for a nice couple of points. So that's, if you get A's and B's in a circle like that, then you get 2 points. If you get A's and C's or B's and C's, it's 1 point, but at the end, every C that you've not used is -1. And I've only got 3 cards. Oh, I'm glad that you're well. And BCA. BCA. Okay. Or could I do BCA here? Yep, I think that this one, that gives me 1 point, gets rid of the 2 C's. And there's only is going to be 1 C left because every card has A, B, and C. A, B, C. Unless I manage to... Yeah, so if I do that, that's 1 point. And now my final card, which comes out, is CAB. Oh, wow. So I could actually get rid of that CAB. And then if I put C here, and then A here, and then B here, then the CA would form a 1 point thing, and I'd essentially avoid losing 1 point for the C. Conversely, if I did CAB, then there's 2 points there. It almost feels like, unless I'm playing terribly, nothing matters, which is a bit disappointing. So, yeah, that is, is there a way to, so, yeah, it doesn't matter anyway. CAB. And then this, wait, sorry, drawing with a touchpad is a tricky thing. And that would give me 2 points for 14. And 14 minus 1 is 13 points. So I got 13 points with these cards. So, was that a good game? No, I don't think it was. Was it something that I can turn into a good game? Maybe. I don't know. This is... Yeah, this is tricky. Where's my paper? Maybe I'll try this one time with actual paper. I did... Oh, here's my sheets of paper. Yeah, that drawing was hurting my wrist a wee bit, to be honest. I probably need to get a stylus or something at some point. Cutting trees again. Yeah, I'm afraid so. On here, it slightly hurts and it's not fun. I don't think that, I think that, you know, there's always this question of, I think as long as we're mindful, you can get to this point where you're kind of even, should I even be drawing? And I think that we have to allow ourselves some things. We have to allow ourselves the opportunities to draw on paper and write and make things and be creative. Because, yeah, I can't justify it, but it feels important. And no, it's genuinely something that I've been, I guess you're not aware of this, but I've had some discussions. I asked the question on Twitter and in 3 different Facebook groups, on a designers group, on a game players group, and on a publishers group, about whether people think about the environmental impacts of their board games. And the thing is, like, when you buy board games with all the plastics, with all the components, when you're producing hundreds of thousands of games, there is definitely an impact. And some people mentioned that actually 50% of all the impact in the world is from like 7 different companies, one of which is the US military, which I can believe. But I don't know. It feels like we all need to take some responsibility, but at the same time, we can't let it affect our mental health too much. Do you know what I mean? And if you do biodegradable pieces, the question, like, let me actually get rid of this screen. Talking about biodegradable pieces, someone said, oh, anytime someone talks about the recyclability of my game, I think to myself, surely I designed the game better than that. But games do get destroyed. Games do get broken and damaged. At some points, games do get thrown away. The truth is, these games are not heirlooms that are going to be passed on from person to person centuries in the future. In the year 2200, are we going to have people saying, oh yes, this is the game that I got from so long ago? Probably not. Like, that's probably not going to be true for so many of the games out there. And also, like, the number of games that get printed and then it's actually, they just don't even get sold. And sure, within your lifetime, fine. But that's 35 years old. Is it still going to be around in, so many generations, in 200 years? That's my question. Because as you say, plastic does last, and it kind of just floats around the sea, and then it goes into all the fishy bodies, and yeah, it's problematic. And then, I don't know, there's some people who've talked about plastic at least capturing carbon, if it is something that we stay with, but I don't know. I would really, really like someone like Gamma or someone to sponsor a proper investigation into this, not just a ineffectual investigation that's done just to tick a box, but a real investigation that's done to say, hey, this is what's better for the environment. Now, everyone, these are the best practices. Let's do this. If plastic is genuinely better, then do that. Sorry, Keys, but that seems like a terrible defeatist attitude. I think that I'm not saying that as individuals, we should constantly worry, but we can be lobbying governments. Vote green. Try to always vote for the party to be in power that is trying to be as green as possible. And to be like, oh yeah, just what I mean, if we take that attitude to the extreme, is it like, oh, well, yeah, that's a possibility. Honestly, that's a possibility. I can't okay, so human nature is auto-destructive, so at one point it will end badly no matter what the minority thinks. That's the point. That can't we have hope? Even if there is an expectation, I think that there has to be a hope. I think that we have to have some hope to build towards, because otherwise, what's the point? Because if we're saying, hey, it's all end badly, then that makes me just want to, you know, it's like, well, what's the point? Why don't I just do everything that I want to do? Like, just, yeah, I don't know. I just can't, I just cannot allow that to be, it feels incredibly defeatist, and I don't have the energy right now for that. Designer Cardboard says, one of my design constraints is to not use plastic components, just wood and card. Let me have another, pardon my speaking, let me have another game of this thing with normal paper, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so same rules. ABC goes on the paper. ABC in a squiggly. A, B, C. So I scored 2 points because I've got the AB circles. So I'm going to give myself a couple of points. BCA. Okay, so I definitely need to use all the C's. So I want to use all the C's, but only once. And I want to get the A's and B's together as much as possible. So BCA. And with that, I've managed to score 1 point plus get rid of the 2 C's. So keeping my garbage low. CAB. A corner with A in the middle. CAB. That's not as useful as I would ideally like, but CAB. I put it over there, scoring 0 points, which seems like a bad move, but we'll see. And ACB. ACB. To score another point. This game feels like it's going worse. And he says, so it's something similar to Tetris, but letters make that difference and maybe a little harder. Kind of, yeah. It's a polyomino game, so you're putting shapes together. And the sixth one is BAC. And BAC. So I'm thinking, I've got an AC, BAC. I could go BA and then have my C here, which would at least give me 2 points, which seems reasonable. I'm doing that. So if you've got B's and A's together in a little circle like that, going BA, BA as you look around, then that's 2 points. C and something else is 1 point, and every unused C at the end is -1. And that was 6 turns, and the game lasts 12 turns. I do like the brevity. I feel like I'm surprised at how much 12 cards feels like a game. That's one interesting thing for me. I wouldn't have thought that 12 cards would feel enough of a game. CAB. CAB. Getting my 1 point there. And also using up 2 of my C's, which is good. ACB. A, C, B. Another 1 point. And now finally, I am clear of all the mess. So yeah, there we go. A, B, C. Okay, I can... And I... Ooh. A, B, C. So I've got it down here. I did that so that I still got the A, B going this way. And that gives me another 2 points. So I am on 10 points, I believe. 3 cards to go. Can I beat my last score of 13? BCA, BCA. C in the middle. So basically, when you've got C in the middle, you're unlikely to be able to get it to make an AB circle. So you might as well do it for getting rid of the C's. So I cannot do that right now. Oof, this is actually tricky. So this is what I'm looking at just now. I'm trying to work out what letters I want in here. I think I want a... Yeah, there's no way... I've kind of messed that up. There's no way for me to make use of that C particularly easily. I'm going to have to do BCA. I'll do BCA this way around, and now I still need another letter to get rid of the C's and score anything. 2 cards left. BAC. So this is where, yeah, getting rid of the C's. I wonder if what would make this game more interesting is rather than just 1 point flat negative for the C's, it was triangular scoring. So maybe if you've got 2 C's remaining, it's -4. Or maybe, yeah, triangular would actually be 1, 3, 6, 10. But then my mind did a little jump, and I thought maybe even quadratic scoring. So it's 1, 4, 9, 16. And so maybe having 1 is totally fine, having 2 is okay, but you really want to get... And maybe the ABAB is worth 3 points. It's just an idea. It was just me thinking of things. But yeah, because currently I'm looking at this and I'm thinking I could do BAC, in which case I get rid of that B, I get rid of none of the C's. But I've scored 2 points here. Conversely, I could do BAC, and that gives me, I guess, actually, that gives me 1 point, and I get rid of the 2 C's. So actually getting rid of the 2 C's is always slightly better. So BAC. So that gives me 1 point, plus I got rid of the 2 C's. So there's the thing. And final card, and then I'll probably properly read your joke keys. Just a sec. A, B, C. This is the final card. A, B, C. Ew. Okay, I cannot get rid of this one because I would need an A and a C next to each other. So now I'm thinking I could do ABC here for 2 points. Is there a place where I could do something better? ABC. Nope. I think that 2 points is the best I can score. And it gives me 2 points. And so I scored 13 minus 1. You know what? I am not totally repulsed by that game. It feels like something is there. Feels like something could be there. I am going to ponder this a wee bit more. It feels like the asymmetry of values and focusing on getting rid of the C's does actually, yeah, I agree. It's not very bad. It's, you know, a little bad. It's also a little good. It's kind of mediocre, but yeah, for sure. If it can't be improved, it's not a game that I would be like, hey, everyone, check out this thing that I made. Best joke of the day. Bought some water from IKEA. The box contains 2 hydrogen tanks and 1 tank of oxygen. Well, you know, I just want to, at this point, probably, even though I've not really achieved anything or done anything of note, but I'm going to wrap up, and then I'm going to talk a wee bit about times ahead, because I've not really talked much about episode 400, and then I'm going to get on with some work, and then, yeah, get on with my day. So, to recap and wrap up, we talked about negative reviews. We talked about how many times, and hello, Xenofuel. Yes, you did miss another 2 playtests. We had this playtest and this playtest. And these are both exactly the same game, except that one is on a digital screen. And yes, I kind of scored 14 minus 1 and 13 minus 1. So second game I did worse, which is a good sign. Like, I felt like I was doing worse the second time around at the start. And I've started noticing things, but yeah, I'm kind of curious about. Yeah, I'll give it a wee go. Anyway, you know what? I might redo it because I will be next door potentially on the weekend. You know what? Maybe for solo Sunday, I might even just do a playtest. So, and yeah, that's true, Keys. Thank you very much for keeping me company. Yeah, so what was I talking about? Negative reviews. We talked about them. We talked about how many times should you review a game, and there is no should you play a game before reviewing it. There's no easy answer. Are negative reviews worthwhile? Yes, absolutely. I think that negative reviews are critical to the industry. I think that people have to be willing and ready to bring a bit of negativity to the review. I think that it depends. You know, I do love games, and so have some of that enthusiasm. Like, for a good review, have some of that enthusiasm, but have some of that reality, have some of that awareness that nothing is perfect. I mean, we don't need to talk about the graphics so much because you can show it quite easily, especially on a video or in photos if it's a written medium. But I do think that we need to talk about the negative aspects of a game. If it's just rah rah rah, this is amazing, what kinds of one-sided reviews that's not useful to anyone, frankly. That's just pushing commercialization. I playtested this. Tiz actually messaged me to say that Tiz mixed up the date, which was a bit unfortunate. I had a quick look at the Dinosaurs Love Spicy Pies. That seems to be a thing where I would like to, chats and playtests with someone. But yeah, I'm feeling I'm a wee bit disappointed that she didn't come. I'm not gonna lie, but I got to playtest this a couple of times, and I feel like I'm starting to understand it. It's maybe giving me some inspiration for future things. I do think that, even though I said at the start, one of the most insightful, thoughtful playtests with a lot of pondering surrounding it is worth, and this is an exaggeration, maybe it's worth, I don't know, 20. And it also depends on the time, doesn't it? And sometimes there's a bit of luck to the playtest as well. Like sometimes you do a mindless playtest, but someone mentions. But yeah, if there's a mindless playtest and you're just playing it and you're just going through the same motions that you've gone through a million times before and you don't pay attention to it, then yeah, I think that 100 could be worth the same amount as one really thoughtful playtest. But yeah, this game, I'm happy with it. And if you want to check me out, stuffbybez.com, stuffbybez.bigcards.com, twitter.com/stuffbez, instagram.com/stuffbybez, Twitch, stuffbybez, youtube.com/stuffbybez for the old episodes, and stuffbybez.com/discord if you want to check that out. I want to say thank you, everyone. I want to double check that I actually have I should get a wee command for L at some point in the future. And here is where I say, it's over to you. What are you up to? You can share, but only if you want to. So is there anything you want to share? Something you're looking forward to, hopes and ambitions? You can share anything, whether exciting, trivial, important, or just fun and frivolous. Serious or frivolous, it's all good. So, and just to clarify, when I start wrapping up, sometimes the wrap up takes a wee bit of time. So I want to quickly talk about episode 400. Episode 400 is on Thursday in 2 weeks' time. I will be doing a very long episode. It will be 25 hours long. I am reaching out to some dream guests, let's say. I don't expect much, but we will see what happens. I am hoping that episode 400 will be just the most amazing thing, and it'll be like a whole bunch of people popping in from like maybe 10 until 11 o'clock the next day. So I'll start streaming at 10. I will definitely be doing a lot of oh, thank you very much, Nicholas. I appreciate that. And yeah, it was mildly useful. Honestly, it wasn't the most insightful thing ever. I'm a bit brain dead today. Honestly, I am a bit stressed about a lot of the situation. Someone in hospital that I know, I'm going to visit them again today. Preparing for episode 400, which should be a moment of joy, but it's like, oh, there's like all these peeps now that have got to be like, oh, will they get back to me, won't they? And like kind of starting to feel, oh, I've left it too long yet again, which, being annoyed at myself and UK Games Expo, I'm starting to worry about, because how does that work? Jason and I are talking about having a hotel for 3 days afterwards, so we can sort of isolate ourselves. Yeah, what will that even be like? I need to talk to the peeps there about the exact size of my stand and everything. But yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Lots of love to you too. And but yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't have a long ramble, but yeah. what am I up to today? I am going to be trying to send some messages. I'm going to be trying to send some emails to people that I massively respect, and I'm slightly in awe of the fact that I even have their email address. And I will be trying to do some, write-ups for stuff. So I am going, I'll be nipping off to the pound shop to buy some shampoo and conditioner and toiletries for the hospitalized person, because in the hospital you can buy stuff from the WH Smith, but hospital-based WH Smiths are really expensive, and the shops in hospitals kind of take advantage of the fact that you're hospitalized. But anyway, if you want to check out my future streams, then of course, go to that link. Tomorrow I am meeting Tanya Floker, who is, we'll chat about games and zines and game clubs and the act of creation. In the afternoon, I'll be playing something. I don't know what I'll be playing. Yeah, if you want to join me, play something on Board Game Arena, let me know. That's at 4 p.m. UK time. On Friday, I will be doing the Friendly Friday Forum for an hour, and I'll be doing that in my garden unless it is raining. And yeah, that's Joanne's suggestion. It was actually, I think Joanne was thinking slightly of Yuki's, but that's going to be at 10 a.m. UK time in my garden, and yeah, we'll see. Playful Shenanigans. Oh, that's with Benita. We have no idea, but Benita's apparently open to anything, so we might just play a bit more Tranquility, because I've not won it yet, or Merchandise, or and just concentrate on a wee bit of chatting. On Saturday, I'll be chatting about publisher media relationships with Jess, Janice, and Nikita. And yeah, then in the afternoon on Saturday, I'll be doing stuff, Potion Explosion with Panic. And let me actually delete that. So yeah, and then on the Sunday, I will be from a slightly different location next door. Again, I'm taking care of cats. Honestly, Saturday I'll probably also be taking care of cats. And so, yeah, if you maybe on Sunday I will set up my camera, and so I'll be doing this a bit more efficiently. And yeah, for episode 400, which is coming up, I would like to ask you, what would you like to see? I'm thinking for episode 400, I want to mix together a wee bit of everything. I want to have some people that I'm talking to that I've talked to before. I want to have some people that kind of, just come in as repeat guests. Like episode 300, the first 10 hours of that was such a blast for me. I want to repeat a wee bit of that. I want to have some new guests, like at least one new guest that I'm like, hey, you're my special American guest, and come in like late at night or something. I want to do some music making. I want to do wee bits of that with the keyboard. I will have some cooking bits, not because I particularly want to do the cooking, but because, I have to for, food, especially if I'm streaming for such a long time. I will do some active bits. Oh, and Alex Aquasulis mentioned possibly doing a bit of a storytelling thing, which would be really, really fun. And I should actually check with Alex what time Alex could do. But yeah, that's going to be a whole thing. And so let me know if you've got any. Oh, one thing that I was thinking about for episode 400, some people suggested some sort of giveaways. Like, I do have some games, obviously. I'm a self-publisher. I've got some brand new games. Also, I kind of acquired some extra copies of games that are in shrink that I could send around. But talking about environmental impact, I want to send it to USA. Do I want to make it UK only or Europe only? And Anne Hathaway, I doubt Anne Hathaway would join me. And yeah, going back to the hospital, yes, I agree. Pound shop stuff, it's the way to go. And yep, it's unfortunate with hospital stores taking advantage of you being there. And thank you, Past Bez. So yep, I am probably not gonna I'm probably not gonna do that. Sorry, Keys. Maybe for episodes like 500 or 6, I don't know. Like I like it's honestly not about the cost. I'm also thinking about, oh shoot, I almost forgot. I was going to where's the thing? Where's the LDEC Twitter? I need to pick a winner. I actually need to pick a winner for the LDEC. Talking about contests. So LDEC, let me actually make this its own screen. I need to pick a winner. Someone is going to get something. And Keys, honestly, no, Anne wouldn't even be, Anne Hathaway would not be on my top 5 people to talk to. Like, I would prefer to spend that energy on people that I'm like, yes, I would love to talk to you. I mean, I understand not everyone I talk to is involved in board games. Like, I have talked to lots of musical people like Jenim Music and Amadeus Music, and I'm trying to think if there's any other non-board gamey person I've talked to. And Alex Fanny Davis, who does burlesque but does video game themed burlesque, are kind of gamey. But you know, seriously, like, this is, I know that this is I do talk about a lot of other stuff and there is a lot of tangents, but still it is the Bezzy Beats and board game blether, and there is a bit of that. And I am probably going to do like a bit of the masochistic zombie birds and automatic cats of Roots and do that for a wee bit. But anyway, it'll be, I'm trying to keep it a celebration of what I've done in the past. And the question is, do I want to do a giveaway? That was my question. Anyway, so share screen. This is where I share my screen, and then I pick a winner for the competition. So the LDEC said the winner will be drawn soon, randomly on Bez's morning stream. So let's see. Let's see who has entered. So Jones, what you had to do to enter was to write a pun in the comments and retweet. And if you manage to do this in the next kind of like 2 seconds, then you will get to be part of this competition. But this was to celebrate 200 followers for the LDEC Twitter. And let me actually just copy paste that. And hello, Joanne. It is lovely to see you. And thank you for popping in. So I am just finishing off my stream by picking a winner for my Twitter competition. And how many potential winners are there? Let's actually look before I start writing things on paper. So Jones Family Games said, I'd go to L and back to win this competition. That's a good pun. Punchboard Reviews said, normally I find puns easy. Today I'm not able. Words failed me. Samadi Board Game said, if Eliphas Levi wore Elvis's Levi's, what the hell would have happened to time? That's free. Ree said, is it acceptable for me to declare myself eligible to enter this competition? And yes. And I am the coosiest coos says, should the Yorkshire folk follow LDEC? Aye, with bells on. And that is 5. So given that there's only 5 people, I'm going to roll this die. You can see an actual die. I have a big die. And this is the way I'm going to pick it. So it's live. So you can see that it's completely random. Jones is one. And if anyone's actually wanting to enter, I will give you like a minute to think of a pun and write it to the LDEX status, which you've got up there. Oh my gosh. Joanne says maybe I could use fixed dice with only one number on it. Just for the record, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. And I re-roll any 6s, okay? I am going to use this plastic box as a die tray. Okay? And you can see it's still a normal die. Oh, Joanne. Such a good joke. Anyway, so I am rolling this die. Whoever gets this number, I'm going to roll it 3 times, okay? I'm going to roll it 3 times to build up the drama. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. Now, this final one counts. This one counts. This one counts. Whoever gets this one, unless it's a 6, is the winner. It's a 5. It's a 5. It's a 5. It is a 5. It is a 5, which means that, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am the coziest coos. Apocalyptic. And so I am going to get in touch with this person, and I will be writing a message to them. And yes. And congrats, you won. Send me your address and what you would like drawn inside the games, and I'll send that over ASAP. The customized copies of Wibble ++ Deluxe and Kitty Cataclysm. So congratulations to I am the coziest coos, and I should do a kind of retweet of that, which I will do straight after this thing. And yes, so thank you for those 5 people. And yeah, the reason that I brought that up was that, you know, I did this competition to celebrate 200 followers, and I already got to reply. I'm glad that I minimized that. So yes, what was I saying? Yes, I was thinking about giveaways during my extended stream, but I'm not sure if I want to bother, because it feels like, are there enough people to be really excited by it? I don't know. The other thing that I'm thinking of is, Amadeus is drawing things. That was so much fun. So if anyone else has got any fun ideas for an episode 400, then let me know. Otherwise, just to recap the recap, we talked about negative reviews. I playtested a couple of games, had lovely people, and everyone was awesome. Thank you very much, everyone. If you want to share anything more, you absolutely can. Lots of love, so much love to all of you. You are all wonderful people. Thank you for, you know, like, being here, being part of it, keeping me company. It has been really lovely. What I am going to do after this stream is to eat some breakfast, do some writing, and send off some emails, and then visit my friends in the hospital. What are you up to after this stream? Let me know. I am interested. I hope you have a wonderful day. And once more, share, spread the word. And whilst people are letting me know what they are up to, I am going to have a quick gander on Twitch to see what's happening. Cinefuel is working. And we've got I could go to what's White Gods, Listream, McDoodle, Amadeus, Harley, Piano Man Dom, Declan Zappa. Oh, Declan's still doing their long thing. Wow. Let's. Does anyone have any preference? Maybe let's go for our friend Amadeus, because I've not seen Amadeus since the long stream. And so there's the raid message, raid Amadeus _music, just getting prepared. So you are also having breakfast. I hope you have a lovely breakfast. I am going to have, yesterday, I found some raspberries, normally £3, reduced to 50 pence. There were 3 packets. I bought 2 of them. Boom. I'm going to have one of those packets of raspberries, plus a wee bit of sliced apple, plus a wee bit of muesli and plenty of milk. That is going to be my breakfast. I'm very much looking forward to it. Nicholas says, reading for uni and tinkering with my deck for the deck builder. That sounds fantastic. I hope you have a wonderful, productive day. And oh, do you mean for last night? Yeah, I can't help your And J Fool's Guards is getting lunch. Yeah, I normally eat breakfast in the afternoon. I'm going to be honest here. But yeah, I'm going to start a diet where basically my new diet is that I'm going to not eat after a certain time, because I think I eat too much late at night. You know what I mean? I kind of eat late at night just as a thing to do. So I think I'm going to stop eating after maybe 9, unless I'm hanging out with Layla or something. Yeah. I'm going to make a rule that, I'm not going to eat. Maybe I should just say I'm not going to eat in my room anymore unless it's after 7 o'clock, because that would be a good rule. Because if I'm hungry, I can still eat in the kitchen, but I need to be more mindful about it. I think that's my problem, that I'm not mindful enough. Anyway, copy paste the message to help me read, and yeah. Twitch doesn't let you send a link multiple times. We are still going to get fried chicken 7 days a week. So I am going on a chocolate diet. Every meal has to have chocolate on it. I don't know if you're being serious or not, but that sounds like lots of fun. And one day, maybe on Friday, let's talk about chocolate. But for now, I do want to skedaddle. I do want to kind of... My brain is turning to mush. Yeah, today is not a good day for me. But yeah, sorry about this. Sorry. Yeah, lots of love, everyone. And yeah, so much love. Thank you, Joanne. Bye, 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 bye. This is a goodbye song. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye, 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 bye. This is the end of the show. Bye, 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 bye. And now it's time to go. Bye, 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 bye. This is the goodbye song. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye, 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 bye. This is the end of the show. Bye, 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 bye. And now it's time to go. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye, J Fool's Guard. Bye-bye, Joanne. Bye-bye, Nicholas. Bye-bye, Designer Cardboard. Thank you all for being here. Bye-bye, Keys, if you're still around. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye. There you go. Bye-bye, Xenophile, if you're still around. Bye-bye, everyone. Thank you for being here. And yeah. Bye. Oh, hello, Alex. And bye-bye. we're just going to see Amadeus now. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.